high-level demonstration for stretching. So I'm gonna share the good stretching for better taekwondo kids today. So you have to check it your flexibility and then just follow every each steps. First of all, you need to check your flexibility. So if you really want to keep very good and high, then you have to check your flexibility first. Okay? 자, let's go forward side. 자, I'm gonna say this one is good level for your fair. Okay? So we're gonna try hands, open your foot, and then hands a little bit drop down. And then you have to bend forward without bending your knees. One. Oh, Mr. Sai, you cannot go down more? That stretching level is fair. But if you go down more, and then you can touch your fingertip on the floor, this is very good. You're still good at hamstring stretch. But if you're doing better than this, please touch your palm. And maybe you can touch your elbow on the floor. Wow, that one is excellent. If you really want to stretch that way, then you better practice for now on with us. I'm going to show you the side way how you check your flexibility. So when I do, without bending your knees, and then you're going to bend forward without anything, tension on your shoulder or neck, and then try to down. Touch your fingertip This is good. But if you do the palm touching the floor, either elbow touching the floor, it's super great. If you want to do that, you have to practice for now. This is side split checking your flexibility. So when I do the side split, you must straighten your knees first, okay? And then back straight up and put your hands a little forward. Now we're gonna check your flexibility for bending. If you cannot touch your elbow, you have to try to stretch. Then touch your palm and an elbow together. It's great. And then if you touch the chest on the floor, oh my goodness, it's super great. So if you really want to stretch like this, then you have to go with us. Yeah. Lastly, we're going to check one more time the side splits flexibility, checking you. Then we're going to touch your belly on the other hands, and another hand go over your head. Then we keep maintain your stretching. And then we're going to turn and side bend it. But if you just stop here and then you feel bad, then that one is fair. But if you're a little bit over and then bending more, that one is very good. But really, master Hezi wants to touch your toes. That one is very good stretch position. So I really want you to practice. Then, how you do stretching? Look at this. When we do the first movement, then you have to try this movement at least 1 minute. If you do the 1 minute during you move, then it's not good. Okay? So we're gonna see. Go down, all the way, more. Then this is completion of your stretching. So since you started your stretching, if you move, that one is not good. So we're gonna count 1 minute exactly from here. If you feel so sad because you're not very good at stretching, but it's okay. You know what? Stretching, if you do more stretch, you can do more better stretching and flexibility you can get. Look, don't give up. We're gonna go. Ooh, we're not giving up. Okay, so if you set it up your movement, for example, so if you're doing well, then you just holding the 1 minute. But if you really want to do more deeply stretching, I would recommend you have to breathe in and if you exhale, you have to get more stretch. Good. If you inhale, you just relax. And then exhale, you can go more deeply in. Stretch. This is how you make your stretch well. If you keep following all the instruction with us, 1 minute at least to practice and holding posture, and then don't give up. And the third one, be happy, and then keep on breathing in and out. But the stretching is not only that one. So you have to keep on doing strength and training with your muscles. Okay? So if you do strength and training and stretch, strength and training and stretch, it's better result you can get. I'm going to show you the second movement of strength and training on your legs and hips. Okay? So this is called a lunge position. Can you just bend your knees forward? And then back leg need to be bended. So when I do the sideways, then you have to 90 degree on your knees on the back, and then 90 degree on your forward. So when I go down, then my legs completely 90 degree, and then you have to just engage your glutes and it comes up without moving anything. But sometimes you're moving, your knees pushing forward. Look at this is wrong position. 1, 2, this is not good. We are going to straight down and then bend your knees and almost touch, maybe 1 inch, and comes up. Lastly, I'm going to introduce what is a strengthening training in between your stretch. I would recommend the back bridge position. Here, go down, lie down on your back, relax your arms. And then you have to scoot your foot all the way up to your glutes. Then you have to just route it down. Then what do you do? Then you just press down your palm onto the floor. Then you have to lift it up your glutes all the way up with breathing out. Then if you're doing well, then you can just feel it, your glutes engaged. Then when I down and then inhale, and when you comes up, exhale. Then the more important thing is you just engage your thigh and glutes and core. So now I'm going to introduce what is exactly good for stretching for front snap kick or either front kick in Pumse movement. So I'm going to show you, this is how we show you the 1 by 1 step, then you have to follow. Remember, don't give up, and at least you have to do the 1 minute. First, you have to get on your one knee and other knee, bend it in front of you, like a third listening posture. Then when you're ready, then you have to back straight up and breathe in. And move your foot forward a little bit. You have to balance on. Look at her hips. Hip is not turning this way. You have to keep maintaining your hips facing forward. So if you're ready, then you can put your hands in between your legs. That's right. And then knees straight. And then try to chest down first. Nice job. Don't forget you breathe out and it comes up, ma'am. If you feel comfortable for here, then I would recommend you have to keep pushing your heels forward without moving your back foot. Good. Until you touch your private on the floor. Don't forget, your hip is not turned to the side away. This is not good for your kicking. So you have to turn your hips forward and then point your toes and flip it over your toes. And then exactly your front kick position. If you're doing well, then you have two hands in front of your chest. Like that. Side away. So we're gonna keep hands on the floor and then try to check it out your hamstring stretch and then straight your knees and chest touch and check it. Prevents from the injury. And then if you feel okay, and then chest up, and then push your front foot, not your back foot moving. So one thing, you have to make sure you have to flip it over your toes, and the top of your foot touch. Knees straight, keep your hips straight. Second tip for your stretching for your front snap kick or front kick in pumpset, then we're going to recommend this one for your quadricep stretch. Okay? First, you have to get your knee first. Of course, back straight up, and then you just slowly down, sit on your heels. Good. And then don't forget, you have to knee close together, and then you have to flip it over your foot, then you can touch your top of foot. So if you need assistance, then you have. Second tip for front kick stretch. So you get your both knees up, then just if you need assist, then you can ask for your sibling or parents. Then we're gonna just get down a little bit slow, but don't forget, you have to make sure to flip over your foot, and you touch your top of foot first. Then don't forget, you have to do, just tell your assistant or yourself, if you feel the pain on your lower back or either higher back, then you should not do it. Okay, so we're gonna slow by slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Touch your palm, it's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look at this. You have to just press down your knees more. Then as much as you get close, it's good for you. And then it also gives you the ankle stretch and a quadricep stretch. So if you can relax, it's better for your lower back. Continue, edit on the previous movement for your holding. Then we're gonna start with your knees, but we have to pull it out your foot. And then you have to sit on the mat with your butt, then and bottom. Then if you can do it, knees slightly up, but you can have your foot to the outside. Then the most important thing is you have to flex your toes. Then you have to back straight. Keep on breathing. Last for the front kick stretching tips for number 4. Then we're gonna get on your knees first, but remember, we're gonna just fix your foot. You have to tuck your toes in as much as you can. Then you just press down your ball of your foot on the floor. Then, if you need assist, then please grab their hands, and then we're gonna sit on your heels slowly. Here. Then from here, we're gonna do, keep pushing them. Instead, thumbs up.